In this world, angels live among us. Many great invincible beings of immeasurable power, a bridge between us and the gods. These creatures are not as you might imagine them. While some are human-like in their appearance, most are alien. A sitting mountain, a giant boar, a hovering sphere. Each of the angels provides a powerful boon to the surrounding area and its inhabitants. They do not speak to us. They do not move. We built our world around them. They shaped our cultures. We rely on them. Until something dark came along. Now, one by one, the angels have been slain. The people of the lands around them slaughtered. A wave of death is spreading across our world. Only a few places remain as a final bastion of life. Only a few against an endless horde of oblivion. And within these few, a single band of unlikely heroes, bound by forces beyond their understanding. In this world, there is only a single word that describes their soul-bound connection.
There we are. We're in Ku, not inside the tower, and everyone already has rolled initiative. We're ready to go. What a bizarre place for me to start tonight's episode. You are each in the Sanctum of Elneus with 3 fiends, one of which being Annowre, the sort of fiendish demonic entity that has been plaguing Gildan for most of her life. Annowre has summoned a succubus and an incubus here as well, these 2 sort of bizarrely attractive humanoid looking figures with sort of small wings, cloven feet. The conversation between you as a group and Annowre came to a conclusion where the 4 of you kind of struck a pose, an anime pose, united, decided to strike and to attack Annowre. Rushing into the chamber, Cirrus activating one of these spells, which is the healing aura thing that you have active. And Gildan, you have Azza, the elemental, with you as well, who has their own initiative. Yeah, we did that. Lastly, there is a bubble that sits around the altar at the center of this room, which is shifting and changing in color, that Annowre is shifting the damage type of. Again, you can use one of your actions here to make a check and change the damage type from psychic back to radiant, so that you actually deal damage to Annowre. This lets out a pulse. I couldn't remember my own rules. This lets out a pulse every round on its turn, which will release a pulse of radiant energy, which will damage everyone in the room. However, Annowre has used one of her legendary actions to change it to psychic damage instead of radiant, which means it will only affect you lot rather than her and her demons. So you need to you can use an arcana or a religion check to counteract it and restore it back to radiant if you'd like on one of your turns. You understand that mechanic innately because this is a special Final Fantasy battle where it just comes up on the side and says, this is a random element to this that you understand the mechanics of. The bubble dealt damage to everyone. Annowre shifted its damage to psychic, and it is now Thrak's turn, opening up the combat. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Fireball.
Okay.
And Fireball is a 20-foot radius. So it's 8 by 8. That means I can hit all 3 of them. No, I would like to do that, please.
Okay.
Insta-kill on the first turn. Let's go.
Yeah. How many hit points do I have, Brad?
Let's find out.
Okay. Right, so Fireball.
That's right. It's a strong opener.
23, really bad roll. 23 damage.
All right. Incubus rolls a 5. It's a fail. Succubus rolls a natural 20.
Double 23.
A double 23.
Double 20.
That's all your 20s for the rest of the campaign,
nuts.
Brad.
You're not allowed to have any more.
I'll probably keep rolling double 20s every week, like I always do.
Try to stop me.
And then Annowre with a 21.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They both take half.
Annowre takes half and then half again.
So she takes nothing.
No, that's not how that works, Myre. That's not how
Yeah,
maths
no, not
works,
half.
is it?
Half and then half again. So of all the people,
It's a
That
question.
confused me so much.
Is someone going to explain how maths work? Because it would be really nice to know.
If anyone was going to do it, I would normally go to Myre, but I don't think we can.
Sorry, Myre.exe has stopped working. The subscription's over.
Yeah, this fireball launches out. I mean, I imagine that you're just launching this into the middle of them rather than us having to work out exactly where it is right now. You can hit all of them. It ignites.
I can hit all of them. It's
You
in the middle.
see the flames kind of wash over the succubus and Annowre. They both bring up a wing in front of them. The fire. Annowre doesn't even blink as this fireball washes over her. The succubus seems to kind of hiss at it as it does deal some damage, whereas the incubus just tanks this thing, just continues to sort of march forward. I think, Sia, you were like rushing towards the incubus.
I was trying to, yeah.
So I think like he sees you do this, even though mechanically you haven't done it yet. He's just moving towards you when this flame and fire goes off behind him. He stumbles as it washes over him, burning his flesh, and dealing the full damage to the incubus. Half damage to the succubus, and then a quarter to Annowre. Thrak, still your turn.
Yeah. Is this wall here a wall?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go behind that.
Hello?
Yep.
All
How
right.
high is that wall?
It's Azza's turn. That wall, I mean, the chamber itself, I think, is 60 feet high in here. But it's a dome, so it's like 60 feet at the top center part. Whereas the doorway that you're walking through, there would be 2 doorways that are probably just only about 12 feet high. This place wasn't built by giants. So the wall would go all the way up to the top, and then there are 2 doorways, 2 archways either side of it. So Thrak dips in one of those doorways and gets behind the thing. So I mean the wall itself just goes up to the ceiling and would just curve along with the dome itself.
Okay.
Azza's turn.
Yes, I point wordlessly to the incubus in front of me that has just been damaged, and the Azza will quickly shuffle over and take 2 hands on its giant hammer and go to slam it straight on the head. It's a big fiery... Actually, no, sorry, just with his fists.
Yeah.
This big fiery fist for an 8 to hit.
An 8 Which one are you aiming for? You got to move him around. Can you move this
Yes,
token? Do you
sorry.
have power?
There we go. The incubus.
The incubus has a higher AC than 8. As you strike at this thing, the incubus, I think, just kind of slides out of the way. It's almost as if he's flying, you know, because his feet just kind of move backwards as the Azza swings and misses.
Yep, and that is that.
And that is that, as they say. Incubus's turn. Alright, let's see what the incubus can do here. I did look this up about 8 weeks ago when I made this encounter, but can't remember anymore. Let's see. Jilden. Actually, no, he was looking at Sia. Sia, make me a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom
Remember
save.
that you have advantage because of my spell, Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
So you should
You
have
also have
advantage.
advantage because you have advantage as an elf to being charmed, right?
I do, yes.
You have advantage and advantage, but it's still just one advantage.
I have just one advantage, and it's a 12.
A 12. The incubus blows a kiss towards Sia. And it is
Oh no.
the most magical thing, Sia. As you become charmed by the incubus, I think he sees you kind of take this initiative and start running towards him, and then he blows a kiss towards you, and I think everyone sees Sia suddenly slow down as you are now charmed for 1 day. The charmed target obeys the fiend's verbal or telepathic commands. If the target suffers any harm or receives a suicidal command, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on a success. If the target saves against the effect, or if the next effect ends, you become immune for 24 hours.
Don't you have emboldening bond?
What does that mean?
Isn't that plus 1d4 for your
Oh,
saves?
yes, we have a plus.
Is it also
You
1d4?
can roll a 1d4. You
Gotta
can on
beat it.
top, yeah.
2?
Oh, so 4? 16?
16?
Is enough. You
Oh, thank you, Orcish.
Sia starts to slow down as you feel this kind of charm come over you. For a moment, Sia, the incubus ahead of you stops feeling like an enemy to you, and
Watch.
this entire sort of combat that's happening around you becomes confusing because your friends and the enemies kind of all become your friends, and I think you falter for just half a second before there is a sort of a wave of energy that pushes across the Quura bond here, and you snap out of it once again, recognizing who is friend and who is foe. All right, cool.
I just say sorry, but you're not my type.
Oh.
The
It is
incubus
mine.
smiles, in a very sexy way. Just assume everything they're doing is just unbelievably sexy because that's just what they are, right? Okay, Cirrus, it's your turn.
Final Fantasy 16. Sorry.
Yes,
It's literally
okay.
everyone in Final Fantasy 16, yeah.
After I witness this, I am going to drop the Beacon of Hope and cast Aura of Purity. Basically, it means everyone has advantage on saving throws that cause any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned. We cannot be diseased and are resistant to poison damage.
Is that concentration?
It is concentration, so I dropped Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same
Um,
aura of 30 feet radius. So you have to be within
Yes,
that
yeah,
radius.
yeah. Okay. Everyone is looking okay right now. Yeah.
Hit points wise,
sick.
I
Yeah.
think that Jilden and Thrak are a little scratched, but generally speaking, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to cast as my bonus action Sanctuary on me. It is not concentration, so should be good to go.
Okay. Are you moving?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Alright. Sia, your turn.
Okay, well, since this incubus has my attention, I shall give it to him, and I'm going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet here, just outside. In fact, 30 feet, just outside of this circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to bring stick to ass and beat him down with it. So, I'm going to use my staff, and a 27 to hit
27 is definitely going to hit.
for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I then have an extra attack I'm going to do on him now for 15 to hit. Plus 1d4, thanks to Cirrus. That's going to be an
You already used
18 to
it.
hit.
Does that not count?
You can use it on your once per your turn.
So your reaction earlier counted as your turn.
Ah, right, then 15 to hit.
Okay.
15 hits.
Okay. That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Then Ki is going to course through my body as I push once again, and I'm going to try and spend a key point here to use Stunning Strike on this creature. Let me find it on my list here to send your way.
I do love a stunning strike.
Well, I mean, I know you do. That's why I've only used it once this entire campaign. I've been saving it.
I'm saving it so that you know that I would stop making everything be immune to stun. Which I've been doing since Darkfire. Check out Darkfire. To find out why. PB.
Okay, so they need to survive a Constitution saving throw here for my stunning strike.
Okay. A 5.
A 5 fails, so they are now stunned.
Yeah, okay.
I then press on the attack with my flurry of blows now as I burn a bonus action to start wailing on this creature. For 10 points, 10 to hit,
You're
which I...
hasted.
I am, yes.
Right, okay, yeah. A 10 will miss.
Okay.
Your attack rolls have advantage now because it's stunned.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. So that was actually a 19 to hit.
that hits.
Alright. For 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then a 24 to hit
That hits.
for another 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then in my haste, it's almost as if my staff is orbiting my body, or as if I'm like essentially using it as like a hula hoop, even though it's just one long rod. As it goes around my body, I make 2 punches, and then it comes back into my hands as I then move with the momentum and swing again with my staff on the creature for a let me see, for a 17 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
That's another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Okay.
then I have one final hit here for a
Jesus.
25 to hit.
That hits.
This is the best.
With 6 points of bludgeoning damage on this creature.
You bring this staff down. I think like you strike this creature a few times. He sort of turns to you, and then one of these strikes just causes him to just completely stop moving. His wings kind of fall limp behind him, but he remains standing. You then just swing this staff around a few times. The last one, as you strike him on the side of his face, he completely vanishes as you kill him. In a burst of sparks, embers, and ash, he vanishes as you essentially dispel him, and there's very little left behind. Annowre, looking towards where you are, a small sort of smile curling up the side of her face, looking at you, Sia.
Oh, did I break him? I thought he wanted to dance.
He just continues to smile at you. Is that the end of your turn?
It shall be, yes.
Yeah. Jildan, it's your turn.
Well, I was planning on utilizing the advantage I'd created with Azza there to have advantage with pack tactics, but unfortunately, it seems Seer has destroyed that thing, so now I will think again. But I do wild shape into the dire wolf that you have seen countless times before from now. My form melting and shifting, big tufts of horrendous fur tufting from underneath where my shell is and transforming me. And I leap towards the succubus now, going straight for its throat. With a bite for 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Which is 13 piercing damage. And it needs to do a strength saving throw.
Okay. These are magic attacks, right? As a dire wolf? Do they count?
Yes.
Do, right?
Yeah, they do now.
They do now.
Yeah, I think it's after level 5 or something. Your wild shape stuff counts as magic.
14.
Just saves being knocked prone, but I have my jaws firmly clamped around its neck and I am attempting to shake it like a doll.
Yeah, this thing does not feel strong under the jaws of this large wolf as you sort of clamp your jaws around its neck and collarbone here, kind of clamping down. You begin to sort of wrench this creature down. It doesn't cry out or anything. It almost as if the expression on this succubus's face kind of doesn't change, like a doll being dragged around, and you sort of see it just kind of being whipped around awkwardly, and then it sort of reacts as if it's about to do something in return. But yeah, you sort of have this thing gripped and grabbed, although not mechanically, just for the sake of when
Sake of the role
its
play.
turn comes around. Yeah. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Annowre's turn here. Let's see what she can do. She can do some weird shit, so give me a second. Alright, let's do this, I think. Still watching Seer as I think this direwolf suddenly runs away from the area. Annowre holds a hand up towards you, Seer. You sort of get the sense of a spell beginning to wash over you. You can make me a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw, okay. It's with advantage because I am an elf and I also have friends, apparently. Oh, it's a 6. There
Not
you
that
go.
they help.
This isn't a
I
charm.
think you can use the +4.
I don't think it would do anything at this point with only a
Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah, you're not being charmed, by the way.
Okay.
But you are polymorphed into a rat. Polymorph. The spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. Make a wisdom saving throw. The transformation lasts for the duration, which is 1 hour.
Okay.
Or until you drop to 0 hit points.
That'll never happen. Because I'm, undead bullshit.
You are now a rat.
Well, this is actually interesting because you're undead bullshit, but you take the hit points of a rat, which is 2, I'm assuming.
Let's find out. Let's bring a rat in.
I don't think the rat's undead.
It has
Why
so-
don't
one
I call a rat
HP.
for the stage.
Rat Seer has 1 HP. Now this is the same as we do with Jordan. Oh, hang on. Let me give you power over the sheet. Rat Seer. So you are now a rat. We can ignore this token for now.
It's my favorite seer.
Rat Seer exists. Out of curiosity, what does Rat Seer look like? Because I imagine in the same way that Jildan never quite takes like a perfect form, she retains some of the weird turtle aspects to the bear and the wolf and things. What does Seer look like as a rat?
I think the initial shock of me shrinking down is going to make me almost like cover my face and eyes, and I kind of anamorph into the shape of this slightly lavender rat that, you know, is also covering its face and eyes. And when I put my paws down and realize what's going on, you see these bright lavender eyes like open up. You see 2 on the sides like a normal rat, then you see 2 more ahead, and then you see 2 in its ears. And I look around.
Annowre says, "What? Nothing clever to say now. As you are transformed into a rat." Annowre is also going to move.
Me says once the cheese ate.
Oh my
My
god.
God.
Any audio listeners, he just put on a filter that is the most grotesque thing anyone has ever seen in their life. Annowre kind of
wow.
floats upwards. She is 20 feet in the air and flying around. She flies over backwards a little bit. It is the succubus's turn here. Succubus. The succubus is going to, I think, probably just try and attack the wolf here. Let's do that. A 13
Misses.
and an 18.
Will hit.
Okay, you take 8 slashing damage. The succubus, again, just kind of like, you sort of get the feeling that this feels like a rag doll under your wolf form. She sort of swipes awkwardly at your flank, missing with one clawed hand. The second one, she just digs into your flank here, dealing 8 slashing damage as she rakes this thing down your side. Then the succubus flies backwards as well, giving you an attack of opportunity if you'd like one.
Absolutely. I try and clump harder on the throat for a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Scrape her neck for 11 piercing damage as she pushes past me and fails a saving throw.
Brought
So
down.
she's now knocked prone.
Yeah.
And
She
I'm on
doesn't
top
get
of
anywhere.
her, paws on her shoulders, worrying away at her flesh.
Yeah, attempts to fly away, and yeah, you just pin this succubus down to the ground. Again, the facial expression on this thing doesn't change whatsoever, and it doesn't cry out or anything, but you have it pinned and
fact-
prone.
The entire time, my jaws are around its neck. I'm staring up at Annowre. The blood, you know, if there is there blood?
From this thing, yeah, it's also very hot. It's like the blood that comes out of this is not boiling, but like a really hot tap. You know, like, you know, when you're like, wow, I can't believe the tap can get that hot. It's that kind of level. It's close to boiling. The heat
yes,
that
there
comes
is-
up, but yeah.
Blood covering my what's that called? Muzzle. And everything as I stare up at Annowre.
Nice. The bubble here is going to go off. You guys need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I am no longer in the bubble. Yes.
In the bubble, you're no longer
yeah.
in.
Do I need to roll behind this wall?
Let's see. Yes.
Wait, the bubble. I'm assuming the bubble's the thing on the stand, yeah,
Correct.
next to Annowre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? You rat seer. You don't count.
Oh.
You don't need to make a check.
Okay.
But everything else does, including Azza.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. 9.
All right, you got to beat a 14, and anyone that didn't, you take 8 psychic damage, or half if you are if you beat a 14, get a 14 or higher.
Oh. My haste spell drops on Sia.
Mm-hmm.
Got my concentration, so...
It's an unbelievably quick rat running around on the ground.
Oh, nice.
Suddenly
Okay.
slows down.
You on your next turn, you can't move or take actions.
Well, I'm a rat, so it all paid off in the end.
And Azza stays because I succeeded my con save.
Okay. All right. It is Thrax's turn, top of the round.
Right. Let's see here, just make sure. I'm gonna peek around the corner, and I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Killer on Annowre.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think that, you know what? That's fine. Yeah, great. Sounds good to me.
Oh God!
What?
Hate that.
Okay. All right, what do I need to do? A whiz save?
It's a spell slave. Spell save.
Spell slave.
17. Spell slave. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know what it is.
Oof, a 7.
Terrible rolls
Yeah.
from Brad.
Okay. So you take 4d10 psychic damage. And she is frightened. The something that she is scared of, she can see directly in front of her, I believe.
Yeah, you see her eyes kind of widen at the appearance of something that must manifest in front of her. She blinks for a few seconds. Give me an insight check, Thrak.
A natural 1.
Yeah, she brings like a hand up to her head, and she just sort of lets out a horrible scream. The damage will take effect, so that's what, 4d10, 22, did you say?
Yeah.
22 psychic damage. And she is frightened of the thing that she sees in front of her, which is a snail.
Okay.
It's not
Death
really.
snail finally caught up.
It's that, yeah, that death snail. It is most
got an
certainly
escargot.
it is some form of death. It could be Mordriel, or it's you know, a Grim Reaper or something that, since really I can only imagine that's one of the only things that she's afraid of, right? That's why all of this is happening. So I think she does recognize that there is some sort of deathly image that is frightening her in front of her here.
Did
Okay.
you not choose to do radiant damage instead of psychic?
Oh, actually, you know what? Doesn't take the damage. I'm sorry. Only takes the damage at the end of your turn when you try a wisdom saving throw. But is frightened.
Okay.
So that wisdom saving throw, I think. Yeah, okay. So you have to make another one at the end of your turn.
Right. Okay.
And I move back behind the wall, and that's it for me.
Okay. Azza's turn.
He immediately runs over to where I am grappling this succubus and will attempt the same again. 2 fists coming down upon its midriff as I worry away at its throat for an 11 to hit.
25,
does it
you
get
have advantage.
advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Fine.
yes, it's down as well.
It's a natural
Which will
20.
be 8 plus 9 bludgeoning, so that's 17 bludgeoning plus 6, 11 fire damage. It's massive. What the hell?
Big
I guess
damage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Not funny.
It just starts slamming
Yeah,
this.
wailing on it.
This thing is just being absolutely beaten. Again, it's just like kind of being dragged around by this wolf, slammed by this elemental. And again, the expression on its face doesn't change. It's just sort of naturally trying to break free, its wings flapping, arms and legs. She sort of like scratches up at the dire wolf, but yeah, it sort of completely fails. Okay,
And that's that.
Cirrus, your turn.
Yes. I'm gonna run back here to Thrak, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2. What happens when you get
Wow.
a nat 1 on healing?
That's just the
The spell
That's just a
wind
low
kills you.
healing.
that's just
Everything's
the amount
fine?
of healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take
Oh,
500
you get
damage.
13. You get 13 healing, I think. Yeah.
That's still
14.
very good.
14. Yes, and then I'm going to step back out here. To where I was, so that everyone still falls under the safety of the aura of purity. Sorry, let me just quickly check one more. If there's anything else I can do, I don't think so.
I'm just going to say this out loud. Frightened creatures has disadvantage on saving throws. Just saying. I was just I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Sharon?
So the problem is that I used my action to heal you.
No,
so
yeah, I know.
I don't have any.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for healing. I wasn't talking to you specifically or
Yeah, I know.
anything.
I know.
I was just talking out loud.
But I take your advice. That's the thing. We're Quura, so I'm trying to think if there's
We are
anything else.
Quura.
I'm still under sanctuary, which means I can't cause any damage without dropping the sanctuary.
Right. Oh, right.
So,
Yeah. I mean, you've done. You would know
I've done no-
that I
no
believe
damage.
you've done the perfect move this time.
Yeah, I think
because
we're gonna leave
Quura.
it. I think we're gonna leave it. That's it for me.
Okay. Bringing us to Ratsia.
I poop,
All right.
and that is my turn. I've never been more free
Okay.
because I can't move this
Wait,
turn because of the haste.
can he do some kind of save when he normally has an action? Or is he just stuck there forever?
I think it needs to be dispelled, right?
Yeah, polymorph. It just transformation lasts for duration or until they drop to 0. That's it.
Okay, easy.
Are we just a little bit of table talk? Are we waiting for him to drop to 0 to lose the rat, but then he goes back up to 1 because of our death thing?
No,
Is
if
that
you,
the plan?
it's like a druid form. If we kill the rat, his hit points are fine.
Okay.
Is the rat form exhausted like Seer should be because of like the
Yes, he still had haste on him. I looked it up.
Okay.
Haste doesn't drop when you get polymorphed.
All right.
I'm
In
just
that
asking.
case.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because I could use a greater restoration, but that's like a level
Oh,
5
waste it. You
one
can
of those.
just smack him.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Jildan, your turn. Dire Jildan.
I bite again.
Okay.
22.
22.
12 piercing damage.
This one is banished as well. Under the sort of giant direwolf form dragging this creature around, it just turns to embers, flame, and ash as you banish this one.
I stand straight, this heated blood steaming, dripping from my mouth, and stare up at Annowre, and then I will leap and over the Azer, and straight towards Annowre.
She is 20 feet up.
Yeah, I'm underneath her.
Okay, Annowre looking down at you. You sort of leap over and go running up this altar, and I think as you do so, she starts kind of just floating away from you immediately, getting away from you a little bit. She watches you do this. I think... You know what, actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly backwards this way a little bit. Annowre then holds a hand above her head. You see a hell of a lot of energy begin to coalesce into this hand. This arcane energy builds up. It begins to crackle, and then she underhandedly throws this kind of spell forward. As she does so, it opens up and a huge arc of lightning rushes forward. You guys will all need to make me, so this would be Jildan, Azza, and Cirrus will need to make me a dexterity saving throw. She casts a level 7 lightning bolt towards you.
Damn.
That is a 9 for me. 10 for me, 9 for Azza.
I think we
8
can
Cirrus.
use Emboldening Bond here.
Sorry, did I have to roll as well?
Nope, you're behind full cover.
Okay.
Yeah, it counts for saving throws, so you can add it.
Does the Azar get one as well?
Not the Azar, just the 4 of us.
Oh, that's a 1 for mine. That's 11 total for me.
Oh, sorry.
So 11,
9, 10, 11 for me.
11, and then the Azza was what?
9.
9. All fails.
Oh,
This is
great.
going to be the full effects of 43 lightning damage. This
Oh my
huge
God.
wave of energy rushes forward. It smacks into the direwolf, passes through, smacks into the Azer, passes through, smacks into Cirrus, and thwack behind the door. It cracks into the wall behind you. You feel the energy. You see the room light up around you as this thing pushes and washes forward. Annowre sort of cackles. And then she'll fly away a little bit. Just kind of floating around above you. Let's see here.
The Azar dissipates in a puff of violent smoke as it disappears. And I am knocked straight out of my direwolf shape, and I'm back into total Jildan.
Okay.
I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Was I being targeted by this spell?
No.
I guess. No. Okay.
You are just in the saving
Yeah,
throw.
okay, area of
It's just a
effect. Yeah,
whole
okay.
thing that you have to dive out of the way of.
Got it. Okay.
You do need to make me a con save for that spell that you've got.
Yes, I do. I have advantage. Oh God, no. Okay.
I think a 12 is a make, right?
It's
Just
10 or
10.
Okay.
half of the total damage. Actually, hang on, is that right? It might be different if it's because it was a lot of damage.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So actually, you might be fouled. 10 or half the damage taken, whichever is higher. DC is 10 or half the damage taken, which is half the damage taken. So it would be
Yeah.
20
21.
fucking 1 is the DC.
1.5. 21. Okay. Well,
So
sounds good then.
that drops the spell that you're concentrating on, which is the aura.
Or yeah, the aura of purity. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's gone now.
Okay, that's the end of Annowre's turn. You guys didn't shift the damage.
She does need to take. She does need to do a wisdom saving throw for the
Right. Yes.
phantasmal thingy.
And this is to. This is just the whole.
This
thing?
is for
This
taking the
damage.
damage.
How does she
and
break out of the fear thing?
Also breaking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
An
does this
8.
mean that
Right. Fails.
Rat Seer is now Seer again?
Was I?
Oh, no.
I don't think I
Rat
was
Seer
in
was
the.
not in
She
the
can't
area.
move closer to the source of her fear, right?
Yeah,
That's
where is
correct.
the source of the fear?
Where is that?
It's right underneath Jildan. Direwolf Jildan, which I don't think is there anymore, but
Okay,
it was
so-
right in front of her. Right there.
Yeah, she doesn't move closer, but she does move away. Okay, it is your turn, Thrak.
Alright. I'll peek around the corner and I will cast a ray of frost on Rat Myre.
You bastard.
See if this works. For a 16, I'm pretty sure the rat has lower armor than that.
I'm actually a hench rat, and you miss. Oh yeah, it hits me.
Rat ogre.
Seems a bit overkill, to be honest.
So that's 6 cold damage.
Breaks you out of the rat form. You do take the excess damage.
5.
5 damage, and you move 5 movement speed slower. Sorry.
You could have picked something a little bit less.
Could have done a nice magic missile and thrown the rest to Annowre.
Slowed him down with an exhaustion and a frost.
The exhaustion's gone. That's been a turn, so
Okay. Okay.
you
Thrak,
are a little
still
slower.
your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back around. I shout, "Sorry, Seer!"
It's fine.
Did we do deck saves for everyone on the bubbles turn?
Or
Oh no, we didn't.
Okay.
No.
Everyone make a deck save.
I thought the bubble
Or
got-
it's 3 damage. It'll be a 14.
10.
5.
Jesus.
All right, you take not you. So
Wait, was this before though? I was in. Oh no, never mind. I wasn't in Wolf one.
Oh, we no longer have the 1d4s, do we?
No.
We do.
Yeah, no, you have
the
the
emboldening bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for the entire duration.
We don't
of
have the
fight.
advantage
I
anymore.
see. All right.
But see, you don't need to make the check.
Oh, okay.
How much damage are we taking?
3 psychic damage.
3. I did my con save on the phantasmal killer, and I passed.
Okay. It is Cirrus's turn.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. Okay, sorry, just give me a second here. It is 60 feet. Nice. Okay, cool. First I'm going to do mass healing word.
Jesus.
Hmm.
This is the
Boy.
this is just I thought I'd put something on the screen for the fear that she sees. It just ended up being
Oh,
Terrifying.
wow.
I'm
Wow.
scared.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Everyone gets +8. It's not a lot, but it'll do. And then I am going to, now that I, can cause harm, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at Annowre.
Great.
Oh my god. Can I add, I think I can add +4 to attack rolls as well with Emboldening Bond. So let me just double check. Yes, okay. roll a d4.
You have disadvantage.
2. Oh. Okay. I miss.
She is, again, sort of always under the effect of a blur spell. She's really hard to see.
Okay.
So, looking at her, her body is blurring, shifting, and wavering, while you see this being constantly
Okay.
kind of slightly shifting out of the position she was in.
Yeah.
I misspoke earlier.
Okay.
Didn't misspeak. I was just wrong.
Okay.
She doesn't have disadvantage from being frightened on saves. It's only ability checks and attack rolls. My bad.
Okay.
Annowre doesn't.
Yes.
While the source of the fear is within sight, yeah.
Yes.
I am going to run back here and see if I can hide behind this little alcove. Tiny little alcove there.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And that's it for me.
Yeah, okay. I think at the end of your turn, Annowre is going to teleport.
Right behind us.
No. Over here. You see her kind of glance at Seer pop out of rat form, and she just appears on the other side of the room. And it's Seer's turn.
Seeing her teleport from me, a wicked grin crosses my mouth, and How much slower am I?
It's only like 5 feet, I think, isn't it? Frost.
5
ray of
feet
frost.
slower.
Yes.
Okay.
5 feet slower.
In that case, I'm going to move my full
10
full
feet,
distance
sorry.
right now. 10 feet. Okay. All right. In that case, I move my full distance, which is now 35 feet this way. And I guess that's going to be my turn for now.
Okay. Gildan, your turn.
Is she still 20 foot in the air?
Yes. And the
Can I
like
see-
the layering in this room is sort of negligible. Like it's not
Hmm.
actually that high, so we're not going to count it as anything. The steps
Okay.
and everything.
Can I see what's inside the bubble? Is it an empty slab or is there something on it?
Yeah, it's just it's what looks like a dais. You can give me a perception check if you like. I'll let you do it as a free action, just for a glance.
11.
11. Yeah, the dais is sort of sitting up on this. It's just a stone-looking thing. There are some symbols and constellations carved into it, similar to the other patterns around this place. And there is like these two sort of metal-looking, I don't know what they're called, things that you might rest a spear on up on top of this dais. But
Brackets.
there's nothing in it. Yeah, those kind of like inverted brackets, those that face upwards, like a U shape upwards. It looks like it probably did at one point hold the angel spear, but there isn't a spear on there. Other than that, pretty plain looking thing, yeah.
Okay. I've just been sort of blasted out of my wolf form by this electricity that ran over the horrendous fur that covers me, and my form dissipates back into a turtle, but as it does, a wave builds within Gildan. I run towards where Annowre is right now, get within 10 feet of her, and then I cast Blight at her.
Okay.
Which is a Constitution saving throw.
I think she's going to try and counterspell that. You go to launch this blight up. She holds a hand up, and the two of you have to enter into this kind of War. Now, there's 2 counter spells that exist now. I don't know what the new one is, but I do know the old one. And for the most part, we've been using the old rules, so let's just use that one. Well, let's see. Do you know what? I'm going to write counterspell 5e into Google and see what comes up. We'll use those rolls. It's been a long time since I've counterspelled something.
I think the new counterspell rules are a bit more simple.
Then we'll use
like a
the old
contested
ones just to please Myre. I know that he wants.
Complicate things, I beg.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, it fails. If it is casting a spell of 4th level or higher, you make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So this is just a plain wisdom check for you, Jildan. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Or is it, who makes this check again? Hang on, is it me? The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a success, the creature's spell fails and has no effect. Okay, so it's probably it's Annowre that makes this check, right? What is your? I'm assuming charisma is your spell casting. Yeah.
Mine is wisdom.
Annowre's.
Okay.
So she just makes a charisma check,
Alright.
and then what level is it? Blight as a spell.
4th.
Level. So it's 14. She has to
14.
beat. 19.
I take this bangle around my wrist. I hold it so it bites into my wrist again. I gain an extra action and I cast it again.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you can let this one off.
Still a con save though. So.
All right. Let's see. A 6. Oh no, she has advantage.
16 is the same as my DC.
Makes it very
I'm so sorry, but it says make an ability check, not a save, which means you have disadvantage, which means you failed the counter spell.
Why does she have disadvantage? Because the fear thing.
Because they're frightened.
Okay. Yeah. Great. All right. So undoing.
I would have caught that too.
Wait. Okay. So the counter spell's failed, but this is still.
It's the same. Yeah. So this.
Still the con save.
Yeah. So you've not used 2 spell slots, yeah.
Yep.
And
Well,
you've
I'm gonna
not...
do it anyway. I'm gonna cast Blight twice anyway, so let's make another con save.
Okay.
So that first one is 29 is halved, so she gets 29 damage.
She fails. She rolls a 13, which is a fail, right?
Yep, so then that's an additional 36 necrotic damage. And this comes off of Jordan as waves as I use my bonus action to turn back into a dire wolf, and it just like it's all one big action basically.
Nice.
And growl.
Right, yeah. So you just launch this blight. She attempts to counterspell it. Like looking over your sort of shoulder at the weird phantasmal form of death, just slightly distracts Annowre as the spell goes off. You then feel the bite of the bracer in your wrist draw your a portion of your blood into it and allow you to cast another spell again. You cast Blight a second time, which will give you, I think you take a point of exhaustion for using the thing.
That's right. That's correct.
But you see Annowre kind of struck twice by these things as she is hit by just an enormous amount of necrotic damage here. For the first time, that smile on her face falters and she says, "See how strong you have grown with my power."
I'm a wolf and I don't care.
Turn into a wolf. I am a wolf and I don't care. Put a t-shirt, please. Okay. Let's see. Now, someone was about to say something, or did I miss here? Okay. That is the end of Annowre's turn. I mean, Jildan's turn. It's Annowre's turn now. Let's see here. What does she do? What can you do? I wonder. Hmm. Okay. She is going to. It is the end of the turn, so okay, she will place. How far away can this go? She's going to fly forward. She can do so much shit. I'm sorry, it takes me ages to see what she can do. She's going to fly forward over here. She can't go towards it actually, can she? So she's going to have to go over here to try and get a better vantage point. And then place out right here in between Cirrus and Thrak. A spell called Hypnotic Pattern. Directly between Cirrus and Thrak, a twisting pattern of colors weaves through the air in a 30-foot cube. You two need to make me a wisdom saving throw. Elf person, this is a charm spell, so any charm things.
I'm going to... Oh, I think I already used my +4, right? When did I do that?
I don't know what you guys have done at this point.
Yeah,
you should
on
have
my
advantage
turn
against
when
this,
I did
shouldn't
massing.
you? He was calling you
Do I,
elf
as a
person.
half-elf, have advantage on that?
Do you not have Fey ancestry? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
I
you
do. Yes,
think you do.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, let me roll again then. Okay, 27.
27. Thrak.
Wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
20.
20, damn. Okay, great. This spell goes off between the two of you, but takes no real effect on you guys as the two of you shake off the effects of whether this is going to do anything to you at all. The form of Annowre that is sort of floating around above you, Jildan, kind of snarls a little bit and continues to float away from you. Everyone, including Sia, now needs to make me a dexterity saving throw for the bubble.
You would also, anybody looking would notice that I can't really reach Annowre right now in the form that I'm in, so, any attempts to knock her down would be really cool. The dex save. 7.
24.
14.
Make Thrak. Jildan with a
Another
7
dex.
Dex save.
A 1.
Alright. So you take 10, Jildan, you take 10 psychic damage, and then Cirrus and Seer take half, and then it's Thrak's turn.
So I take this damage even with evasion?
I don't have any idea what evasion is.
Okay. So
No,
it's
you
an
don't take
AoE
any damage with an evasion. Right.
Right, okay. Because it's an AoE pulse, and evasion, I'll find it and I'll just post it into the chat for you. But basically, I take half damage on a success, sorry, on a fail, and like on a success, I take no damage on AoEs like this.
Okay. When you're subjected to blah 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 dex saving throw, you only take half damage. Yeah. Yeah, so you take no damage.
You
But you
take
made
no
yours,
damage if
right?
you succeed.
24, yeah.
Yes.
So you made your thing. If you succeed on the saving throw, yeah, okay.
I hide behind the pillar.
Frank's
Phoebe
turn.
would like to make a point of order that earlier that the counterspell would not have been affected by the Frighten because of rules, and therefore the halved blight damage that you took, which would have been for 14, does not apply because the counterspell would have actually worked.
Well, why would it have worked?
Because the counterspell would have worked because it wouldn't have been subject to the disadvantage from the Frighten.
She's saying that you don't have to roll an ability check, but you did, right? Because it's a 4th level or higher spell.
Well, an ability check and a saving throw are different.
Right, but it's not a saving throw. It says in the
It's an ability check, yeah.
description of ability check.
Okay, so well, I literally have no idea what the point is. I'm so sorry. What?
So the point would be you wouldn't have taken the 14 extra blight damage from the first blight.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, oh, hang on. All right, let me read Phantasmal. So I need to go back to the start. Phantasmal Killer. I'm way too late to this. Okay, so Phantasmal Killer is that you tap into the night. This, by the way, Orcish, this is why I hate high-level campaigns.
I can't wait until we level up to 15.
And
I
this
can
is
do even
why
more crazy
I
shit.
absolutely hate it. I love a level 3 campaign. Keep my players at level 3 forever.
Yeah.
Next campaign, max level 4.
I don't want to win this combat with incorrect rules, okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just take a moment. Before like these like high level combats and stuff, I have to psych because I'm impatient as well. So I literally, before this began, I said to myself, take your time. Just read through a spell. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. It's fine. Because I will like just be like, I don't care anymore. You win, you know? But I have to also not be impatient. So you tap into the nightmares of a creature, blah, 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 blah. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they become frightened for the duration. At the end of their turns, they can do the thing. Okay, great. So frightened condition. Let me remind myself exactly what that is. The frightened condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight and can't move willingly closer to it. Okay, so ability checks... yeah, it would be what this is, in my opinion, and attack rolls. So then we get to counterspell. Counterspell is that if it is casting a spell at 4th level or higher, you make an ability check using your spellcasting ability, which was a charisma thing. So it had disadvantage on that ability check. It seems right to me. So what?
So you can cast counterspell at whatever level, but if the spell that was being cast against counterspell is higher than what he was casting counterspell on, what level is your counterspell?
This is a 3rd level counterspell.
Right, yeah. So then, and the blight's a 4th level, so then it is higher. Therefore, it would require the ability check. Even,
yeah, she didn't use a higher
level
wording. Spell for this. So what's PB saying?
And then the player, well, the player handbook says, since counterspell does not require any attack rolls or ability checks, it's just a reaction and not affected by disadvantage. The frightened condition does not stop a character from casting it. The only limitation would be if the source of fear directly prevents the caster from seeing the target. But that's saying it's not going to be stopped from casting. She could cast it, she just didn't succeed. She still casted it, she just didn't succeed because of the other rules of the spell. So the frightened condition didn't stop her from casting it. The frightened condition just gave her a disadvantage on the ability check.
Right, yeah. No, she
So-
still cast counterspell. She failed.
But if it's a reaction, she still has to do an ability check. Like if
Yeah.
it's just an
Well,
automatic reaction, right?
yeah, the
It's
spell
because it was
itself
cast at a higher level.
has a casting
okay.
time of 1 reaction.
Okay.
So she consumed a reaction. In that reaction, she cast the spell, counterspell. Then had disadvantage because it's an ability check, which was the disadvantage. She failed. She still cast counterspell but failed, which allowed the blight to come through. Blight hit, then you activated the wrist.
Yeah, the
And did
ability check
another
comes into play if she's fighting against another spell that's higher than the level she's casting, which she did. Blight is a level 4 and she's casting a level 3. So I'm casting the level 4 Blight and that's what she's trying to counterspell. So she has to do the ability check to do that. Therefore,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to hear the new counterspell rules?
Oh,
really
it's
simple.
gonna be
there's new
hilarious.
ones.
Don't you just have to make a Constitution save or something? Isn't
It's
that-
just a con save. That's it. Flat con save. And
Who
if
makes that?
you succeed, then the person you're counterspelling con saves, and if they fail, they get to keep their spell slot. That's it.
From now on, for the rest of the campaign, we'll just use the new counter spell. I'm never siding with more rules ever again. I don't know how you can
I love
live
it,
this
like,
way.
made this choice.
D&D
You were like,
5e,
let's do
except
this
for
for
counterspell.
I don't know
Fine, guys. I
how.
have my player's handbook here. I'll just.
I don't know how you people out there can play these games that are just endless, just rules. It's insane. Anyway, back to our game of D&D 5e that I've been running. I've been running every day since 2016.
You put
And,
out a
still
TikTok
don't
that
know.
was saying, "Now that's D&D, baby," and this has been the best follow-up to that that can possibly exist.
I mean, it did sound correct to me at the time when we rolled it, so I'm okay with it. Plus, it means we don't have to do any rewinding time and figuring out what you did and didn't do. Now, I mean, if we were playing real rules of D&D, you wouldn't have been able to cast 2 blights anyway in that turn. But
Yes.
also, I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. And I want everyone to remember that. Don't forget it. No, I don't mind. So yeah, we'll go with that. I think it's all good. I think I see what PB's saying, but I think it was just a little confusing because of the level of the spell. So moving on, it is Thrax's turn, or did you just have a turn? I can't remember what we did just before this.
No, I don't think so.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna spend my turn looking up D&D rules.
I'm on it.
I'm just happy to be here.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't
so
know
am
what
I. I'm not
numbers
looking it
are.
up. I'm happy with the ruling.
I peek around.
I don't understand numbers. I walk on the water. I fly into the air.
It's hilarious that I'm running the show, by the way, and that's exactly my attitude. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
I'm gonna throw another fireball.
Okay.
This time I would like it to hit the bubble as well as Annowre.
All right.
Let's see what happens there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy the spear that saves the world, maybe, but we'll find out. Fireball. Level 3. 27 damage.
Right. Let me make a dex save of 14, so she fails.
That's a fail.
So she takes 13 damage. The bubble just seems to be completely unaffected by this.
Got it. Okay.
Anything else?
Nope. Other than at the... Oh, I forgot. We'll just let it go. I forgot at the end of her turn to make her do another whiz save to break out of that.
All right, I'll do it.
Unless you want to rewind.
I mean, yeah.
Fail.
Now,
Why don't you go ahead and take another 9? That's the wrong one. Go ahead and take another...
well, I found out I've been
damage.
doing this wrong the entire time as well. She actually has advantage on that, so she gets a 17.
Oh, no. Okay, it breaks.
She's also had advantage this whole time and probably would have had advantage during
And
that
probably would have broken
counterspell thing,
free
so...
so long ago.
In fact, I think I can check
Immediately.
where is her last whiz
Oh.
save.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go back up to a first wisdom save.
Where is it?
Is it wisdom or constitution?
She would have got a
23.
23 last time, yeah. So she actually would have been out of it. All of that would have changed.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll give her a little boon on her turn.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Looking forward to that.
Oh, good.
Well,
I'm gonna dip back behind the wall again, and that's my turn.
right.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can I run over here and shove a potion down her throat?
Oh.
Can I feed her a potion?
To Cirrus?
Is
Yeah.
that-
Good
Well,
Is that
no,
legal?
no. You need another action.
I need an action. Okay.
action.
Well, it's we did clarify at the beginning of this campaign that drinking a potion's a bonus action. Are you saying that giving it to someone else is an action?
Yeah,
Did we say
probably,
that?
Right.
We did. You said it was all right. Yeah. I remember because I wouldn't have taken the spell to make potions otherwise.
Right. Yeah. My rule is generally if there's not a rogue, you can do it on a bonus action. And for a minute I thought Seer was a rogue and he's not. So yeah, you can just toss the thing at Cirrus and you can drink it, Cirrus. Yeah, change my mind. Go for it.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm curious why the rogue rule?
Because rogues have a thing that gives them the ability to use an object on a bonus action, and if everyone can do it, it kind of like reduces the special, little thing a rogue can do.
Yeah.
It's 2d4 plus 2 for you.
Okay.
So I just take it off my belt and I say, "Drink this, Cirrus." I toss it to her.
Yeah. No, this will be your bonus action.
Yeah.
Cirrus.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, to drink it is
That's
my
Cirrus's bonus action?
Yeah, I mean,
It's Cirrus's
it's
or
mental
mine?
that you're like going over there and like holding her mouth open and making her drink it on a bonus action. You can,
Well, then I'm not gonna-
drink
Like a
one on
sick
your
bird.
turn. You can
Then-
throw it to
then-
her as a free
okay.
action.
Then I will not do that. Take it all back.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Control Z.
Okay. It is my turn now though, yeah?
It is your turn now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Jolden, how are we doing over there?
I mean, I am in wolf form, and I'm fine, to be honest.
You're fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Okay. I am going to cast Healing Word on myself at level 2. Level 2. 8 plus 8 for me. Oh my goodness. Am I crazy? What's happening here?
I know. Tell me.
Was that
Yep,
one or two
no,
questions?
I'm just dumb. Nope, it's fine. Everything's good. And then I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at Annowre again. Wait, okay, before I do that, actually, there was a reason why she had advantage last time against it, and I can't remember why.
All attacks against Annowre have disadvantage because she's constantly under the effect of a blur
Right.
spell as the Master of Illusions. She also has magic resistance against saving throws and spells. So, I mean, basically everything launched at her is annoying.
Okay. Okay. Dang.
But she doesn't have multi-attack.
Who would have multi-attack?
So, most creatures at this level have multi-attack. I had the option to give
I
her
just-
multi-attack or blur.
Can I ask the D&D gods at this table? Then there's no point in firing a guiding bolt on her, right? Like the chances of it hitting are pretty low. Is that
Guiding bolt grants advantage, right, to the next person who tries to attack her, right? So if you do hit, then it's gonna guarantee at least there's no blur in the next hit on her.
okay? Then I will do it. 27.
Disadvantage. So you gotta roll again.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll it again. Gosh. 23.
Hits.
Okay. So then, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. One moment. This is gonna be great, hopefully. I'm building it up. We're gonna cast it at level 4, baby. Okay. She takes that amount of damage and is no longer blurring for the next turn for
Right.
other attacks.
So, 23 radiant damage. Yeah, you launch this guiding bolt. It what's the range on guiding bolt?
120.
Step out, launch this guiding bolt down. You see her kind of floating backwards. She attempts to cast this hypnotic kind of pattern around you, and you shake off the effects, launching this thing at her. You see her kind of like her wings have to beat to stop her from being like sent to the ground underneath the force of this radiant arcane energy. The blur kind of stops for a second here, for a fraction of a second, as she rights herself. Okay, you want to do anything else on your turn?
I think that is everything. Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Sia, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move 45 feet, my movement here, and that's as far as I can go before I then reach out towards Annowre, and as I do, you see like my hand glows that same electric pink as I punch towards her, but as I do, you see a tendril fire and shoot towards her, and on the tendril, you see these violet mites jump off, and as they do, they then start to descend from that line with basically pink webbing, and the webbing then explodes into a fairy fire as I try and fairy fire Annowre.
Okay. What do I need to make save-wise?
Give me 1 second. So spell, here it is, fairy fire, bloop.
Dex
You need
save.
to, yes, a dexterity save.
Dex save. 18.
You succeed.
Yeah, I think she just kind of spins in the air. The wings spreading out again above you. You sense the as she kind of ends this spin and looks down at the two of you. Now below her, the wolf of Jildan and Sia, as each of you are sort of starting to really do some damage and mess with her. As her wings spread, she pulls both of her hands wide as well. At her fingertips, you see her nails turn to flame, and you feel a sense of heat building off of Annowre here.
Could I get a 20-foot cube on her anyway? Because even though she succeeded, as long as she's in that square, she will not be able to go invisible, I believe.
Okay. Right, the fairy fire's still there. You just don't get the advantage thing. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can find a nice cube.
Pink
What does this
square.
look like? Is that pink? God damn it. It's like an actual pink square, but it'll do for now. It's how much?
20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. So there.
Something like that.
Okay. I hate what they've done to Roll20. I don't know how to fix it. But it just finds Google images now instead of like a thing that makes sense for the what's it when you look for a square. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That will be my turn. I don't have any more movement.
All right. Jildan.
So, jumping rules. I believe
God.
it's your strength modifier, right, that determines your jumping height when it comes to like creatures.
You just had your nose buried deep into the PHP.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking online and it says apparently use the strength calculator. The dire wolf is very fast and something. You get a 17-foot jump basically because that's the strength modifier.
Okay.
Annowre is 20 foot up.
20 foot up.
Okay. In that case, I only need a 5-foot reach. So I take a step back. Whirlwind, this necromantic energy, like sort of shuddering off of my fur, and I take a running leap straight towards Annowre and try and bite her ankles.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Is that legal? Okay. For a 21 to hit.
21. Yeah, with disadvantage. So yeah. Oh no, you have advantage actually. So 21.
23 then. For 10 piercing damage and strength saving throw from her, please.
Okay. Strength save 14.
Lucky. Just makes it.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
And I, savage at her ankles and then drop below her, which is, let's see, 20 foot up, so I can move, sort of jump past her 20 foot away, 10 foot away. So be on the other side of her here.
Okay. Yeah. At the end of your
And that's
turn.
the end of my turn. Yep.
All right. Okay. So she can fly out of this square, right? Okay. I'm gonna say yes.
Mm-hmm.
With the wolf kind of like jumping from underneath her, you see her bring her hands together, and as she opens them again, she starts conjuring up her own fireball. She flies upwards and throws it down below her. Seer and Jilden can make me a dexterity saving throw, and this is being cast at level 6.
Remember, you have a +4.
15. And then I'll do the
Yeah,
plus
plus
4 as
+1
well.
d4.
19.
Oh, +1 d4.
12.
Okay. 38. This fireball is launched downwards and explodes. There's a sort of huge bomb of light from the room. Annowre, above it, the fire lighting up in her eyes as this wave of arcane fire washes across Seer and Jilden. She will...
Do we take that full or half?
what was your save?
19.
19, so you make it, you take half.
And I failed it, so I take half.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Bastard.
Is anyone down?
No.
Okay.
Then I need everyone to make me dex saves.
Oh, natural 1.
15.
You got to beat a 14 or take 4 damage, otherwise take half. And then it's Thrax's turn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Can I cast any spell I want at a higher spell slot? Or are there limitations there? Like, if I want to cast a level 3 spell, but I don't have any level 3 slots, I only have level 4, can I do that?
Yeah, you can use a spell, level 4 spell slot.
Okay. I'm gonna do. I was just asking because it doesn't say like you get any sort of advantage for using a high level slot.
Right.
For upcasting this particular spell.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
you can
just don't have any
upcast some
slots.
spells and you'll get an advantage for it, but you can also just upcast
But not all
for the
of
slot
them.
if you need to. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
you can upcast pretty much any spell, I think. It's just some of them you will get benefits from it and some of them you won't.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna do slow. Which let me see if I've got she moved. Yep. You are in range, my darling. So I'm gonna hit her with a slow, so it only hits her, and so you need to do a
I think we'll counter spell
wisdom
that.
saving throw. What's that?
What's the new counter spell rules, Myre?
The new counter spell rules, con saving throw.
From who?
He has to take the con saving throw from you, and if you succeed, then well, if he succeeds, then he keeps his level 4 slot.
What if I counterspell his counterspell?
But you can't do that anymore with 5.5e, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm so glad you
Um,
know
Do you want me
this.
to consult the player handbook?
Where is this written anywhere? Is it written anywhere that I can fucking read
But
it?
we're not playing 5.5e. We're playing 5e, right?
We're actually playing whatever the
Like
fuck I want.
Okay, yeah, good point. Good point. Sorry, yes.
We're playing Brad E.
Okay.
You son of a.
I actually think this one is a 5.5e, so I
We
can
made a
look this
rule
up.
on the last turn that from now on any
Yeah.
counter spell is the new rules. That's both ways.
Okay.
This wasn't just
Okay.
because I was setting up.
I
that
just
I'd
want you to
probably use
know,
a-
Brad, that you told me you hate Counterspell, which is why I didn't take it. I just want you to know that.
That's not true. I said
Okay.
counter spell is an RP destroying spell.
Right, reaction.
That's different.
Which has been true so far, proved to be true.
Thank you very much.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. The creature makes an Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the spell dissipates with no effect, and the action, bonus action, or reaction used to cast it is wasted. If that spell was cast with a spell slot, the spell slot isn't expended. That's the new rule.
So what do I have to make?
Con save.
Con save.
Yeah, but what's the number
Whatever
that I have to make?
Annowre's spell DC is.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. A
Right.
20.
Ooh.
Nice. So this still goes off?
Yep.
Right, great. The let's see here. First of all, mark that spell slot off. The slow effect. I'll bring back that snail. Hits.
But you have to do a wisdom
washing
saving
it.
throw, I think.
Oh really? Cool. I have advantage.
Yeah.
An 8.
Rolling like Myre today.
Yeah, I did use those nat 20s up in that double nat 20 for
did.
absolutely nothing at the
Damn.
beginning.
He got a 7 and an 8 for those listening. In his advantage roll.
Okay, so what happens?
So you're affected by the spell for the duration. Your speed is halved.
Okay.
You have a -2 penalty to AC and Dex.
Okay.
Saving -2 penalty to AC and Dexterity saving throws.
Right.
You can't use reactions,
No more
and on your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action, not both. And regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items, you can't take more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn. If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, you have to roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn. And if for some reason you're stunned or whatever on your next turn, the spell is wasted.
Okay.
You're slowed.
Slowed. Is that the end of your turn?
No. Of course not. I'm going to move back behind my cover. In case
Right.
she lightnings us again.
Cirrus, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Still within 120. I am going to. Everyone's looking a little bit more worse for wear, yeah. So I'm gonna run out here, and then I just need to double check. 60, 85. What is my range for this? 60. Dang, dang, dang. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out.
It's alright, whatever you're doing, I'm
What
going to counter
I
spell
can
it
do
anyway.
Oh. Okay, I can't reach you, Jilden, from how far I ran, but I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word at level 3. Everyone gets 7. It's not a lot, but it's something. Except for Jilden. Jilden does not get 7. I'm so sorry. And then I'm once again going to attempt a guiding bolt on Annowre. Ugh. The failure.
An 11. You actually have disadvantage.
What? Sorry?
You have disadvantage, so roll again, just in case you get a 1.
Okay. A 20.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
All right, you want to move?
Yep.
Oh, you did.
I did, yep.
Sia's turn.
Okay, I am now going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to Annowre's face. Is she still up in the air?
Yeah.
Then during that, I am going to, you see my feet now 30 feet up. My feet now burn this lavender purple as I jump right up into the air using Step of the Wind and start beating her with my staff. As Step of the Wind tripled my jump distance.
Yeah, okay. Clive Rossfield.
20 to hit.
You have disadvantage.
I have disadvantage. Why do I have disadvantage? Oh yeah, she has the blur,
She
doesn't
is
she?
under the blur spell.
Oh yes. So a 27, so yeah, 20 to hit.
Yep.
So 11 points of blushing damage.
Okay.
And then as I'm making the arc down, I then attack again for a 17 to hit.
Yep.
Alright. And that's going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And this is a Super Smash Brothers sort of freaking jump I'm doing right now as I engage a flurry of blows here and punch her for a 21 to
Jesus.
hit
21 hits.
It rolls.
for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Are your hands magic?
Yes, they are. I can punch ghosts.
Yeah, I thought they were. I just can't remember everything for some reason.
I love every sentence that was just said in the last 10 seconds.
Those hands, magic.
Your hands magic. I can punch ghosts.
Called him magic hands.
So then as that fist connects, the palm then opens up and I push again, and there's a ripple, and she now needs to survive a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. Is this a magical effect?
She has.
Oh,
No,
this is just
this is me.
pure
This is key.
Naruto, key
Yeah.
bullshit. Okay, a 13.
So a 13 just fails.
Okay, what's
So
she
she
doing?
comes down with me. She's going prone, coming
Ooh,
down, hitting the ground.
She's falling. Then roll me 3d6.
Okay. /roll 3d6. 11.
He takes 11 bludgeoning damage, which is 5. You just jump up in the air. You just start unleashing all of these multiple different attacks. With the last one, you just like turn over some sort of like airborne spinning back fist or heel kick or something, and we just see both Sia and Annowre come crashing down to the ground. Her wings like flying up around the two of them as the two of them hit the ground. Annowre now just kind of on the floor, scrambling to right herself. You see again as she steps backwards, both of her hands begin to ignite as she starts gearing up for another fireball. Sia, is that the end of your turn?
No, but she is not prone.
She's prone, yeah.
Yeah, and as she lands, I land with her for my last attack, which is going to be a 24 to hit
That hits.
for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Is that it?
That would be my turn now, yes.
Okay. All right. Jilden, your turn. She's on the ground, on her back. Her wings are about to like buffet her back up into the air. Her hands are igniting as she's about to launch another spell. Slowed under these slow effects. What do you do? She's prone.
I leap directly onto her back and go for her neck again with a bite. We have the disadvantage from her blur, but advantage from prone. And I also have pack tactics, which gives me full advantage to this attack, which will be a 7 anyway. No.
Jesus.
I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll that. Just out of spite. Because
Okay.
it's worth it. 17 to hit this time.
Yeah. Before you roll the
For-
damage, I was.
Ooh,
She has
okay.
7 HP. I was about to say she has 7 HP. That's what you have to beat. How much damage did you just deal? For audio
8
listeners,
piercing damage
how do you kill her?
direct to the
Is
neck.
it not half? Is it not cut in half?
No, these are magic, right?
Yeah, because she's wild shaped.
Terrible.
So, yeah, I run directly at her. She's struggling, her wings trying to buffet, sear away from her as she's borne to the ground. I jump, both paws landing on her shoulder blades, my jaws clamping around her neck, and I tear, this time not stopping, the blood running down my muzzle as once again the steam is rising from my face, and I tear and I tear and tear until her neck is just torn straight from her body.
You tear her throat out. You see her head kind of like spin backwards as it comes loose from the sinew and tendons of the muscle that was holding her neck together. Her wings fall kind of limp underneath the huge direwolf form. The flames around her hands dissipate, and in a burst of flame, she vanishes. And then a hand of flame reaches out from underneath this wolf and grabs at its throat. The two of them are pulled from this realm. Dilden, you are alone. The others are not here in this space. This plane around you sits to be sort of just a darkness. You are no longer a wolf, you are just your total self. Somewhere all about you there is a sort of a red horizon pulsing every so often. And standing before you is Annowre. She appears fully healed, but similarly so do you. You feel particularly well. Your body feels fully alive again. And in fact, you probably feel better than you felt in years. You feel a little younger, a little more vibrant. Annowre struts about in front of you, but her face is curled in anger. She says,
You wretched mortal. How dare you? After everything I gave you. You could have been dead long ago. You should have been dead long ago. And I outlived kings, sorcerers. I've even outlived angels now. And you're nothing. You were nothing before me. You'll be nothing after me. I won't let your filthy hands take my life.
she comes to a stop before you. You have 1 HP. She has 1 HP. You have one chance to end this. You can do whatever you like. Whatever ability, whatever attack, whatever spell, or whatever creative solution you think of, but this is it. This is your one and only chance to finish and end this fiend once and for all. What do you do in this moment?
God. I am smiling as she calls me nothing. I look at her. And I step close so we are nose to nose, or as close as we can be with our height. I take her in. I look at everything she is. Everything I never really saw before. From what she appeared to me over and over again. Nothing like this. And yet I recognize parts of her. I lift a hand slowly to touch her face, the way I once did with Elnaeus, the way we practiced over and over again. And as my fingers slowly trail down her cheek, my fingernails will elongate as they get to her neck, as I attempt to use primal savagery to slice her artery open.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
Not one.
Oh my fuck.
Can she use the D4? Can she use the roll the D4? I don't know if it would make a difference.
It's not going to make a difference.
Does she still have -2 AC?
She does, but it's not going to make a difference. The claws of your hand suddenly extend. Annowre vanishes. Behind Jilden, we see two flaming red eyes. These wings covering what Jilden doesn't recognize to be a complete ring of fire in the distance. This red pulsing light becomes flame as Annowre reaches out behind you. Let's see if she can hit you with these claws. An 18 versus your AC.
Just makes it.
This
Yeah,
claw
she
comes
hits me.
down. We see your shell crack and break in 3 places. It splits running across your back. We see Jilden stumble forward, falling to the ground. We see the blood that was on your cheeks and on your chin, part of the ritualistic sort of makeup that Jilden wears, split as if it's splitting your skin. Small embers of flame rising out from them. Your eyes will turn a blood red and then a sort of deep purple, and then they fall glazed and dead as the form of Jilden falls to the ground. Annowre kneels next to Jilden and says,
I will never, ever be killed.
The 3 of you see Jilden just sort of fall to the ground as this flaming fist grips at the direwolf. You see the direwolf fall to one side. Jilden twists her body, wild shaping kind of oddly into varying different shapes, kind of half of a bear before half of a much smaller creature like a little dog, back up to something much larger, a sort of twisted looking worm type creature, and then into the form of a giant grotesque bat. The wings of this bat flap, slapping against the stone of the ground. There is a dark kind of light, suddenly red and fiery, that bursts from her body with this strange radiance. She returns to her turtle form. There's a sense of relief, I think, that washes over you as, you know, she seems to be back to herself. She stands up, turns to Sia, who is nearest to her, and says,
Well, that was difficult, but at least she's gone.
Seer, she sounds completely different. Her eyes are fully glazed over. There's almost a film to them, a milky look to them.
I'm going into Striker the second I hear her voice.
Right, make me an attack roll.
All right.
Give
A
disadvantage.
14 to hit. With disadvantage. A 14 to hit.
Jildan, what's your AC?
17.
Oh, it's 17.
17. You go to strike at her and she kind of just blurs. Where she was standing, you get that same sense of Annowre's blur as she moves to one side of that and says,
Oh, please, Seer. Don't hurt me. It's me, your good old pal.
I give maybe a second's pause before striking again, which misses again with an 11.
again, that sense of blurring. Cirrus and Thrak on the other side of the room, you're out of combat right now as you see sort of all of this happen with Jildan. Maybe as you poke your heads around the corner, you recognize that Annowre was dispelled, destroyed, but the form of Jildan stands up and Seer just immediately starts punching at Jildan. Jildan just kind of moves quickly, blurring from one place to the next.
Okay. I would like to run in as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I'm hoofing it.
Yeah, I shout
happening?
at Seer when I see that, and I'm also running in.
That's not
can I get to her?
That's not him.
I immediately trust Seer. Can I get to her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jildan isn't doing anything.
I'm gonna-
She's just standing there awkwardly.
Okay, I'm gonna get to her and I am going to run up and grab her and cast Dispel Evil and Good.
Oh. All right. What does that do?
Shimmering energy surrounds and protects you from fey, undead, and creatures originating from beyond the material plane. For the duration, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, and undead have disadvantage on attack rolls. You can end the spell early. Okay, break enchantment as... Okay, there's different options here, so let me just be clear. I'm choosing, as my action, I touch a creature that I can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. The creature you touch is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed by such creatures.
Okay. And the creature has to make a saving throw, I'm assuming?
Yeah, give me a second.
Spell save DC of 17.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, charisma saving throw. Charisma saving throw.
You grab
17.
her and
Yes.
Jildan says,
Please, don't hurt me.
and then you cast this spell. Charisma
Yeah, just like-
saving throw. A 20.
If only there was some wibbly wobbly time bullshit that could happen right now.
That means I have to re-roll.
Yes.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
A 9.
Okay. I just need to double check here. Sorry. There's so many different options, because so it's like they have disadvantage on attack rolls, I can end the spell early, I can break enchantment, which is the thing that I'm trying to do. Dismissal, I can also do a dismissal as my action, but I think that's separate. I don't think can I do all three? I don't understand why are there 3 options within this one spell.
I think it's one of 3, but
It's
the
one
one
of
that
3,
you've
yeah.
chosen is probably the best
Yeah, break
one.
enchantment. Okay, so I don't need to do anything else. I just touch it and then... Okay. Yeah, like, my hand is just pure white. It's like this same cold, icy white magic that does not feel like ice, but it feels warm, but probably feels searingly cold to whoever is occupying Jildan right now.
Yeah, you cast this spell, there's a heat that washes over your hand. It probably burns, not enough to do any damage, but you feel it kind of burn your hand as you cast this spell. Jildan. You remain in this place. Annowre strutting around your body as you take in a breath. You feel your body feel alive again. In fact, you feel better than you felt in years. Annowre strutting around says,
Yes, they are strong, aren't they? These, well, I wouldn't call them friends of yours. Comrades. I don't think they're quite strong enough. They can't resist me forever. Neither can you.
You have 1 HP. You have 1 chance to end this. You can do whatever you like. Whatever ability, whatever attack, whatever spell, whatever creative solution you can think of. But this time, it really is it.
God.
This is your real one and only chance to finish this fiend off once and for all. What would you like to do in this moment?
My head is sagging. I'm confused. I felt myself splitting apart almost, and now I am back here again, wondering what kind of trick this is. But I know of only one thing, and that is that I must destroy Annowre. I turn, and a whip lashes down my arm and towards her, my claws turning into vines as they attempt to scythe past her and finish what I couldn't finish before. As I roll for an attack roll on Thorn Whip.
Okay.
My most versatile spell in this campaign so far. Oh. 17.
Do you want to know her AC?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to print it to you. In case you don't believe me. Just in case you don't believe me. I didn't have time to change that. I've posted it in our group. Would you like to tell everyone what it is?
It's 17.
How do you truly kill her?
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, these claws, they didn't disappear when she turned behind me and tried to shatter my existence, my soul into pieces. They elongated. This druidic magic that I was never truly sure if it was born from Annowre or if it was born from something I gained when I was left. The powers that she gave me dissipating. Nonetheless, I don't think it matters. As I rise up and I spin, listening instinctively for where she is. I don't see her at this point. I don't need to see her. I just need to feel her. She's been a part of me for so long. This thorn whip, which has been something I've used to save my comrades over and over again. It's something I've used in orthodox ways, especially when I was first finding my feet. It lashes out towards Annowre. And there's no sound. It's completely silent as it just sweeps past her throat. A gash of bright blood following in its wake, slowly, widening.
From the outside here, Jildan, as this whip passes through Annowre's neck, she opens her mouth as if to screech at you, a curl of fury across her face, before you sort of just snap back to reality, literally. You are just in your body. The other three are standing around you. Cirrus with a hand, kind of pulling a hand back from you as if maybe it had just been burned. And again, your body twists. You feel that sensation of a wild shape course through your body here. There is a moment of a complete sense of chaos and loss of control. Parts of your body completely shift and change, bubbling. It's painful as your body twists in wild shapes. Your arm turning into a tentacle, your back shifting into a set of wings, your face shifting and moving and changing in shape. When again another burst of radiance from this form. And there is a sense of freedom. A weight lifted as if something has been holding you back. Or something has been leeching energy from you. Has been released. You are no longer the class of druid. Everyone gains 2 levels.
We did it! We did it! Is it my birthday?
You can thank Jilden for it, because Annowre has been holding all of you back. She's been leeching from the whole Quura group.
Wow.
She's been magic harping that experience.
Bitch. That bitch.
And weren't you?
Holding
And
back
weren't
my
you?
levels.
Jilden, you remain exactly the same physically, but your body will continue to be sort of dead, you know, and you're hosting it. But in terms of your spirit, you would feel lighter and younger. Were you alive at this point in the campaign, you may have actually de-aged slightly, but you free yourself from this parasite. And I think for you, as the others also get that slight sense of relief and shift and change, as if something is not just being released from Jilden, but from all of you on some level. Jilden, you sense it much more deeply, and you can sense this cockroach, this scurrying, worming creature that, like a beetle, was moving between the cracks of your mind. This scaled, sequined bug, fleeing certain death. This is how she has survived. This is how she has lived. This spark of the fiend's life force has existed while attached to you. During this period of death across the world. Anything that Mordriel had killed, any versions of her that might have existed that were wiped from existence by Mordriel's presence or Mordriel's undead, she was able to leapfrog between the different creatures that she was sort of connected with in this same way, until eventually it was down to just you. And then she picked up on you once more, reconnecting that connection that when she had left you. This parasite leeching its life force from yours has survived in this post-apocalypse because of you. Well, this current apocalypse, I guess, is what it is, not really post yet. And it is gone. It is released from you. And whatever that means to Jilden, or however that feels to Jilden, we'll find out in several weeks, because that is where we end today's session. That is where we end today's session.
There is still a subsonic fist heading towards Jilden's face.
Excellent.
Oh, you know what else happens, actually? On the altar We'll call this a post-credits scene, but I don't really have the ability to do one of those. So, imagine this happens at the end of the credits for today's session, everyone. The bubble that was around the altar that was generated vanishes as well. And sitting on the altar underneath this illusory bubble is the angel spear.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
That is the end of
Alright.
today's session. Now you're like, why is it going to be several weeks? Why is it going to be several weeks? There will be sessions of Quura. There will be 2 sessions of Quura coming up. But we will not be joined by Thrak, Jilden, Cirrus, and Sia. We're going to be joined by someone else. So tune in next week and the week after
So excited.
for the upcoming 2-parter. The only part of the campaign that I didn't write, and they did. They came up with this, and we're doing it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for the next 2 weeks. And then when we return to these characters, you go into the true end game of Quura as you take the Angel Spear and enact your plan. You had a plan. That'll be next week. We'll carry on with the campaign as a whole, but we're going to see what is going to happen next week. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for playing players. Couple of quick announcements. We've got all sorts going on Tablestory at the moment. There are several things happening, several new shows. We've got shows on Mondays with Gatewalkers. That's Pathfinder. So all of you that enjoyed that counterspell debate earlier on, tune in for that one, because that is the show for you. Because Pathfinder confuses the hell out of me. I can't even run 5e. We have the Nocturne finale tomorrow on the Discord. Orcish takes everybody through the entire Nocturne show. So if you ever want to recapture the madness that was the finale, then tune into that on the Discord. And then I'm assuming you're going to watch something else, are you? Is that what's happening? Are you going to?
Yeah,
it?
haven't. I am. I haven't decided what yet, but I am going to watch something else after that. Yes.
It's got to be gone.
I was really thinking about it, but I may want to watch a small little thing, maybe like a short run of something that you were whacking.
Rhyme of the Frost Maiden. Then.
Yeah. That one's only like 3 or 4 episodes, right?
Yeah, something like 3 or 4
300.
or 86, I think is what it is. Because I went through the entire podcast feed of it last night, just working.
I've already seen most of that, so no, not rhyme.
Yeah, we've got Fridays. We have non-canon, which is a set of non-canon multiversal episodes. It is madness. And then on Sundays we have Deathless, our new show from PB, which is vampires in Manhattan. I don't know how to explain that show. You just have to watch it. I don't know how to explain anything about it. Just vampires.
It's
Vampires.
great.
And
Vampires is good.
Manhattan.
Of course, they're in Manhattan. I want a T-shirt that just says Manhattan. And you step out and you're in Manhattan again. Oh fuck. Upcoming, we do have Tidal Blades 2 Infinity War. I don't know what it's called. But I'm hoping Tidal Blades 2 Infinity War.
Infinity War would be.
So jot down in your diaries November 13th at 4:30 Eastern if you're interested in watching another fun show. That's about turtles, Jilden, as well. It's a turtle.
Wonderful.
It's a turtle frog type show. I don't know. Again, I don't know how to
It's
explain it.
adorable. Amazing.
It's
a
much more
great world.
lighthearted than this. So you have until
Yeah,
November the
lighthearted
13th
TV
to
campaign.
watch maybe you should just watch Tidal Blades. If you ain't got time, have you?
No, I would never do
I don't
that.
know how many episodes the first run of Tidal Blades was, but it was
It's like
not,
8 or
it's
10 or
not
something.
exceptionally
But I
long.
would never watch myself. That's crazy.
I know, I can't do it either. It makes this really
That's
difficult. when I'm
insane. I
running
can't
through
believe you just said that.
non-canon and stuff. Also we have everything in audio form, including, finally, for the first time ever, Dust Veil has arrived. which is a D&D show. It was the first show I ever ran on Tablestory, way back when. I think it was 2016, 2017. The first official show that I ran on the Tablestory channel. We sort of had the brand. Me and Jay had the brand, but we didn't. We were just uploading stuff to some place somewhere. I don't know where it was, some warehouse. And then eventually we sort of combined, and now we did. And then we did Tablestory as an actual channel, and you know, it's now become this. So that is now available on Spotify and is going up on everything else very shortly. So is that right, PB? Did I fuck that up? I think that's what she said to me earlier on.
It's now here, as if brand new, but not.
It's now here as if brand new, but definitely not. You will be able to go from watching this, the most recent thing that I have run in the current timeline, and unless you're watching this in 5 years, to immediately going back to the first thing I ran. Not the first thing I ever ran, but the first thing I officially ran on the Tablestory channel. So I have no doubt whatsoever my quality of GMing has declined massively. Because I actually knew all the rules and shit back then, and now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck what you do. You just you kill him, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't care. Bye. And on that note, goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we'll be here next week with something special, so we'll see you for that one. Thanks for watching, and have a good night. Bye, 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 bye. Everyone say bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye, 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 bye.